Alright, so today I got a story time for you all about the time that I caused a beach to be evacuated. Definitely one of my more embarrassing moments. So embarrassing, in fact, that I did not want to tell it on the channel for a while. But I figured that since, it is pretty funny, it would make a good story. And after all, it was a very long time ago. So yeah, sit back, relax, and enjoy the story time, boys. Alright, so this took place when I was about 3 years old. Obviously really young, but it's also around that age where you start to become conscious and aware of your surroundings. What I'm saying is basically is how far back your memory goes. For me personally, the farthest I can clearly remember back is when I was 4. However, there are some really blurred memories from when I was 3, I guess. So anyways, one day during the summer of 2009, my family decided to spend the day at a beach on a lake. Now me personally, I've always loved swimming. I really enjoy it. I love just swimming through the water. It's very fun for me. So beaches are typically places that I like going, for the water at least. As for the sand, well, let's just say that Anakin Skywalker and I would get along pretty well. Now, since this was well over a decade ago, neither me nor my parents remember what we were doing for most of the time, but I would assume that it was just regular stuff like swimming, or maybe something like building sandcastles. It would just be regular stuff you do at a beach. Anyway, so at some point throughout the day, my parents are just chilling on the mat that we had set up, and I walk up to them saying that I had to go to the washroom. Now, since I was a little kid at the time, I acted as if it was a bathroom emergency. I acted like it was going to be the end of the world if it didn't go, which, it definitely wasn't, but as a little kid, you really tend to exaggerate things. My parents, I guess, didn't want to spend time trying to find somewhere for me to go to the washroom, so they told me just, go to the washroom in the lake. And before any of you guys say,
Oh, that's so gross. That's disgusting.
90% of the lake is probably filled with, fish pee and stuff like that. Think about it. The lake is just filled with lots of fish, right? They have to go pee in the lake. The lake is filled with fish pee. What's a tiny bit of human pee gonna do? It's not really that bad when you think about it. Anyways, my parents tell me to go use the washroom in the lake, so I go to do just that. But what my little 3-year-old brain failed to realize is that when my parents said pee in the lake, they meant go in the water, waist deep, and just do my business. But what I did instead is that I went to the edge of the sand, pulled down my pants, and I just started firing into the lake. Alright, I'm gonna pause the story time for just one moment. If you got a story that you want to send in, the links to both my Insta and my Discord are in the description. You can DM me on either platform. Now let's get back to the story. Now obviously, I was 3 years old. I didn't know better, but that's honestly what I thought they told me to do. But this is easily my most embarrassing moments of all time. And to make it much, much worse, everyone swimming in the lake immediately notices what I'm doing, and they all start screaming and trying to run out of the water. Being 3, I didn't know why everyone was screaming and running out of the water. I didn't realize that I was causing all of this, so I get scared and I start running back to my parents. Now, as anyone in their situation would be, my parents were super embarrassed, and when they saw me running back towards them, they started saying stuff like, "Whose kid was that? We don't know this kid." Yeah, that's right. My parents were literally pretending they didn't know me because of how bad I messed up. In their defense, if I was in this situation, I would 100% do the same thing. Come on, that'd be pretty embarrassing. Your kid goes to the edge of the sand on the beach and starts peeing in the lake. I don't blame my parents at all for pretending they didn't know me. Anyways, so the situation was now getting even worse, because people who didn't know why everyone was screaming were getting really confused, and they started increasing the chaos by running out of the water as well. And when they run out, more people get confused and run out too. So it's complete chaos at this point. I guess many people thought that someone was drowning or there was a bull shark or something. For those of you who don't know, bull sharks can actually survive in freshwater, so you really never know when they're gonna turn up. For those of you wondering why a little pee would cause everyone to evacuate the water, let me explain. It's basically a chain reaction. The people who were close to me when I did what I did screamed and ran out of the water, and then the people around them got confused, maybe thought something was serious, and they ran out of the water as well. And then other people saw those people running out of the water and maybe thought, hey, this might be something serious, maybe someone's drowning, maybe there's a bull shark, and they run out of the water as well. And then so on and so on, and it's complete chaos. You get the idea. Anyway, so I'm running towards my parents, and at this point, it is super obvious to everyone that my parents are, well, my parents. Now, as anyone would be in this situation, they're super embarrassed, so they grab me and kind of just like get out of there. We end up going home immediately after that, and my parents didn't really like punish me for it as I was 3. How would they punish me for something that I didn't know was wrong at the time? I apologize for this being a shorter video than usual. I didn't really have much source material to go off here, as we did leave pretty quick. And if you want to listen to another good story just like this, here's the story up on screen now of a spoiled brat who tried to steal some guy's dog.